All right, welcome back, or for the first time, to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's multiple ways to view or tickle your ears with this information, right? But the best way is to go to the blog. And the blog is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. And wherever you are watching or listening, um, look for a more info, intro, description, something of that nature box and click it, whatever, and click, swipe, whatever action is necessary. And another box opens and with the link directly to the blog. So, what else? Oh, yeah. Anywhere that I post except YouTube, I am my FX Buddies. So Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, now RSS.com, they're even distributing out to other places. So there's even more places that I don't even know. So if you have your favorite blog site or whatever, see if my FX Buddy is there, and you could listen there. All right. Did I say Spotify.com? They have audio and video. My phone is working. Yay. I had to get a new screen, but I'm so happy. And it is a shame. I am so against digital this and, all of that. And I'm so reliant on that phone. I'm so mad at myself, but it's just, I'm at a place where that's what it is, right? Okay, so moving on. Al-Alaq. We will witness a comprehensive digital transformation in the financial sector. And I know, you're like, we're tired of hearing about this. All they do is talk about the digital transformation. But there's new information in this article. Did I say it's Saturday? It's Saturday, March 8th, 2025. So, and here in America, in most states in America, our clocks are going to jump forward at 2 a.m. Don't forget. Okay, so there he is in his same old looking self. He announced on Saturday that banks are close to being converted into smart platforms using artificial intelligence, noting that Iraq will witness a comprehensive digital transformation in the financial sector. So that's nothing really new, right? Despite great strides and what is that over there? What is that? I don't know. I don't know what it just. Yeah, I'm like squirrel, right? Sorry. Okay. Despite the great strides that have been made to activate electronic payment methods, which are a fundamental step in the digital transformation, we will soon put this stage behind us. Because even the current electronic payment methods, and tools are being changed and developed very quickly. Wow, right? Soon we will notice a big difference in the tasks and functions of banks. I don't like that. See, they're pushing just a little too fast, right? But you gotta go with the flow, right? And we will see many banks changing the nature of their work. And there will be a digital financial identity. You see that? You see that? That is the first step to no more anonymous digital anything, like even the VPN. Because what they want is they want every person who gets online to have a digital ID. So you would have to log in with your digital ID and then turn on your VPN. So even with the VPN, they still know it's you. And see what they're going to say? I bet you they're going to say it's safe and secure, right? Let's see. Be a digital financial entity for every citizen through which he can conduct many operations in his accounts or check his balances or even invest inside and outside Iraq. Look at that. Stressing that banks will soon turn into smart platforms that organize financial operations and benefit from technologies and artificial intelligence. I don't like that. I don't like that. But now this is one time where I want them to go slowly, right? But now, and don't think they're not trying to do that here. And I'm sure there's already places, banks here in America that do that. Excuse me. Um, for the little trendy people who like, yeah, what's the latest news technology? Sign me up, hook me up, right? Because one day we're gonna be hooked up to these things. But yeah. So uh, it's forward movement, but going down a path that is horrible. But anyway, all right. So this great work, see how they see how they describe it. This great work is accompanied by the work of the central bank, like other central banks, in thinking about having, oh, you know what? Pause. I apologize. I know some of you hate when I bounce all around, but I've been saving this because I keep forgetting to tell you. Look at this. This website. Oh, you can't see it. It's centralbanking.com. Who knew? Did you know there was a website called centralbanking.com? I did not. And they're even talking about Iraq to develop CBDC as part of wider digitization drive. And because there's an S there instead of a Z, you know that this is from across the pond. Central bank governor says e-payment methods will gradually supplant paper money. See, and I've had this since February 27th, but I kept forgetting to bring it up. So here's Iraq, Baghdad, and Iran. Yeah, but I couldn't get the whole, see, they want you to register. And I'm like, not just for one article. No, no, no. So if you want to read that, you could, I'll leave that there. You could pause there. All right. But I'm going to close that because I'm done with it now. All right. There was something else in here I wanted to point out. It's a major work, right, being done. And also, it's tied into, okay, this is a major work being done in the central bank in coordination with international and Arab organizations and specialized bodies. So that makes me think of that. They have a payment system all to themselves. Well, JP Morgan, of course, is on it. Uh, Buna, the BUNNAA system. Remember that? I think that's what they're talking about right there. And directly with the Arab Monetary Fund. And then we believe this trend will be blah, blah, blah. But I thought there was, yeah, okay, so here it is. Here it is. We believe that this trend will be the one that will be imposed in the near future. The one, right? That's another scary phrase right there. And this represents solutions to major economic, financial, and social problems, and will also establish a strict framework for monitoring funds and limiting corruption, see, money laundering, and financing terrorism, because all financial movements will be within a strict and transparent system that can monitor all operations at the same time, facilitates its holders to conduct extensive operations even if in other countries of the world. Now, I thought somewhere in here it said it would be the same exchange rate. Oh, I know what to do. Rate. Operates. Oh, okay. No, I guess not. Because this is the first article. So something that I read said that it's going to have the same exchange rate, no difference. It just won't be paper. So this is not talking about cryptocurrency. This is talking about the CBDC. They're just not calling it the CBDC, right? Because they know we've caught those of us who are paying attention to that and want to fight the power, right? We know to look out for our CBDC. So now they're using names like the new currency, the one, right? How they said in there, the one. All right. So the big stories, like there was no main story that was really being pushed except the reminder that Washington did not extend the exemption to Iraq to buy electricity from Iran. Okay, so here's one article. If you want to read it, you can. And it's all around, well, it's around the one guy, what's his name? Bassett, I don't know how to say his name yet. The U.S. Treasury guy. He wants to strangle Iraq, right? And let them have nothing. And then the T-Man, oh, let me tell you, a person left a comment on one of the videos using T-Man, and YouTube is blocking that comment. Isn't that crazy? Because it wasn't bad. It wasn't even bad. I forget what it was, but it wasn't bashing anyone. It was just a comment. But nope, it can't be displayed. I'm not the one blocking it because I wanted to reply to it. And when I try to reply, nothing happens and I can't see it um, in the comments. Well, let's see. It's been 2 days because yesterday I wasn't really on the computer that much because I was away dealing with my phone. But anyway, yeah, so if you're that person, don't think that I blocked you or ignored you. That's what happened. But anyway, so the new administration, they want to stifle the Iran's nuclear program, but they already have nuclear weapons. If they didn't build them, they bought them from Afghanistan or they bought them from somewhere. Somebody has given them weapons if they're not already making their own. But yeah, so twofold there, right? So they have this. Samo and central bank face U.S. pressures. Iraqi oil is at the mercy of sanctions. And Parliament downplays its impact and expresses readiness to confront any developments. So there's two articles about this, but look at the warnings have arrived officially, right? Get that oil flowing or else. Um, so in a television statement, the threats also included personal bank accounts with the possibility of imposing a ban on those people. So remember, the sanctions won't be on the whole country. They could be on oil companies, oil company executives, right? Specific people, specific firms. It's not the whole country and it's not the money, right? All right. Oh, that's nothing. I just, whatever. And this was on Reuters. So this was on Reuters, and the fact that we haven't extended the electricity deal, that's on Reuters. So I'm like, who's looking at all of this? That these are going out and onto Reuters. So this is pretty long. But mitigating the impact of sanctions, what can they do? Are they preparing already if we do put sanctions on them? That's my phone. Oh, Okay. Regional oil companies seek agreements to resume oil exports, and America is interested. What? Now, doesn't that seems less urgent than get that oil flowing or else, right? They're mildly interested, right? That's how I take that in reopening the Seihan pipeline link. But so these are some of the details from the meeting, I believe. But it's the same thing. They want payment of past and future financial dues. They want clear agreements in writing. But now I think this might be new. Kagan's, remember Mile Kagan's? He's the guy that I said looks AI generated. Kagan said in a statement to the news website that the meeting allowed the member companies of the Epicor, or look, down here they spell it Epicor, right? So who knows what the right name is, but whatever. Group to directly convey their conditions to the federal government authorities in Baghdad and Kurdistan. So both people were there, and then the companies were there. Among the main issues discussed in the meeting was the selection of an international consultant to evaluate the cost of oil production and export. So remember, they were supposed to get that done in 60 days. I think the 60 days has passed. So it's a person that they all have to agree to because they're going to be the middle guy. They're going to be the one that's trusted. He's going to say how much oil went through, if it was done right, who it went to, and then the money. Well, we presume it's a man, right? All right, so there again, he says we need written guarantees and we have proposed solutions, noting that Apicor is open to receiving financial payments, whether through the companies selling their allocations of produced oil or through cash payments. Now, how do they get to get cash payments? The regular folks can't get cash payments, right? And we're talking about hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, through escrow accounts to ensure the amounts due are paid on time. So they won't stay money. They serious, right? And they haven't wavered. Ever since I started reading these articles, that's been the issues and they haven't wavered, right? So who's really the one holding it up? And then March 23rd of 2023 is when the oil halted. All right. So here's our wonderful parliament. They were supposed to meet today and they did not. Or maybe they did, but they didn't have quorum. So, until further notice, Parliament postpones its session. Yeah, they're not going to work during Ramadan. All right. Let's see. Here is another. No, this is Mohammed Saleh, the advisor, right? Mohammed Saleh reassured that the digital currency intended to be launched in the future in Iraq is easy to trade and does not differ in exchange rate. Here we go. Yeah, remember I said it was a different article? The upcoming digital currency is easy to trade and does not differ in exchange rate. So let's see. Everything else is pretty much the same. The idea started with the bank. This is how you know this is the CBDC. The idea started with the Bank for International Settlements, which is what? BIS, right? Take that I out of there. That's what they really are. But anyway, which is the International Bank of Banks in Basel, whatever, Switzerland. He explained there is a project called mBridge that deals with settling financial transactions between central banks with this digital currency. So see, there's more detail. You see how they're releasing more of the detail of it? So I thought that was interesting. Otherwise, trust me, I would not be wasting your time. Theoretically, if all the currency within banks is digital, there are no risks in bank credit, no risks in money laundering, and so on. And that, my friends, is exactly why the rich people, the corporations, all the people who actually do the money laundering, They are not going to get on that system unless there's a way around it, right? Which usually they do. Usually they put a backdoor or a loophole or something for them. But yeah. So, and then again, he points out 90% of the monetary mass is outside the banking system. So Iraqi society deals with paper money. And it is unreasonable to immediately switch to digital currency overnight. Plus, you still don't have 24-hour electricity. You still don't have 24-hour internet connection. So yeah, it really wouldn't be wise, right? Oh boy, look at that. It's 20 minutes. Well, anyway, that's mostly what I was going to spend the time on. Here's Iraq and Finland discuss strengthening economic and investment ties. So there was a lot about this administration, the new administration, and Iran. And this article is here twice. I apologize. Maybe I'll remember to delete one of it. So the new president hints at an imminent event in Iran. I hope to make a peace deal with them. Yeah, we hope you did too, right? But I also hope that there's $1 million in my account when I wake up in the morning. But what's that? Yeah, so you can read that if you like. This I think actually came out yesterday, but I mean, like I said, I didn't post yesterday. Parliamentary Oil Committee rules out passing oil and gas law during the current session. Forgive me, I don't know if you can hear all those noises. Let's see. The oil and gas law has been in demand since 2007. You see that? But attempts to legislate it have failed due to political differences and lack of agreement with the Kurdistan region. So I wonder if they get this deal done to get this oil flowing with the Apicor people, and then they do the 2025 budget schedule, will everything be done by, all around the same time? I think so. So then there's more, every ministry has their input. There was a formal committee since 2023 to discuss it. They've presented a new draft law. That's what all this is saying. So if you want to read that, you can. Oh, and let me reiterate, the blog is free. You don't have to put your email address in or anything. You just click the link to go to the blog and it's there. And the articles are there for free and everything. He added that the most prominent point of disagreement between Baghdad and Erbil is related to oil resources and the region's commitment to the decisions issued by the federal court and the international court, noting that this law is one of the laws that complement the Constitution. So yeah, so it's a serious thing, but also I think it's waiting for the rate. And yeah, so hopefully this year will be the year that they finally see the light. All right, so here's my one commercial. Thank you to those of you who have and to those who are considering buying me a coffee. This one is a link, and that's the QR code. All right, so remember I kept saying there was stuff going on in Syria, but they wouldn't say? Well, this kind of explains. I don't know why the image isn't showing, but this is one of the things going on. Iraq tightens border security as Syria clashes escalate. So if you'd like to read that, you can. However, there's groups still loyal to Assad. Oh, I hope I can say that name. And they're inside fighting. So there's low key. My youngest son uses that. Little civil wars going on inside Syria. And then I already know I'm gonna post tomorrow because there's some articles out, but I think they're gonna be refuted. So I'm waiting. But there's one let me see, how can I say this? The new Syrian president, there's reports that he wiped out Alawite, excuse me, Alawites, groups of Alawites, which I thought, weren't those Saudi Arabian? Isn't that a class, or not class, but a group of people in Saudi Arabia? So I need to read that a little more. I can't tell if it's past, because they're trying to get everyone to accept this guy, right? But remember, he's an terrorist. He's a past terrorist. So I'm thinking maybe they're speaking of something he did in the past, and that's why certain people won't accept him. So yeah, just and I really hope none of that has to do with the army, but it's just interesting. And then there's other countries have interests in Syria. Oh, you can't see that. Let me make this. So it says Ice Cream Land is waiting for the green light. So I wanted to make it green, ha ha ha, green light. But, well, at least I can't see it. It's very, ugh, very hard to see. So Iraqis anxiously await final moments as the new president threatens war against Iran. So you could read that. I mean, it's all, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Right. Okay, so we're at 25 minutes. Okay. Yeah, here. See, I think I could probably delete that at the bottom. And okay, so let me show you something. I still been trying to get those commercials, but they go so fast. By the time I get the channel on this computer and get it open and ready to record, the commercial's over. But let's see. Here, so this is a news report. Start over. Of them, they're in, this is Iraq. They're in one of the hypermarkets. They call them hypermarkets. Look, it's so fancy, right? It looks like a Walmart. So, and then this lady, they cut away from her at 50. And there's the lines, the checkout lines. So look, they got Pepsi. They, at the end, look, they got shoes. They're selling shoes and clothes and suits. And I think he's a customer. Yeah, I don't know what that is there. But look at the mannequin. Right, this could be in America. That's how fancy and new this is. And then the next person, look, there's Lay's. Lay's potato chips. Oh, can I say that? YouTube, this is all fair use. It's a sharing, teaching, commenting. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. That's one. I don't know if they were supposed to open six of them. Um, and I'm not sure exactly how many, but I know that one because that's the one that Sadani went to and did the walkthrough. So they had a deli, and it even said deli. And it baffles me why they still put things in English, right? Did you notice that? Like, I think it said deli in English and something else. But anyway, yeah. All right. So we're wrap this up because that's it. Nothing really. There's no bad news, right? I mean, I expected that Parliament wouldn't work during Ramadan. Um, and I'm just, surprised that they're talking about that. They're being so open and transparent about the digital currency. And I hope if anyone's listening from Iraq, fight that as long as you can. Go to the old banks that don't have that digital ID Hold out as long as you can. All right. And same goes for here. When you see that stuff coming here, because it is, say no. Say no. And that's my opinion, right? But anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you had a wonderful Saturday. Like I said, I do already know I'm going to post tomorrow. I just don't know what time. And what else? Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. Uh, Wherever you are hanging out with me at. I'm trying to change up these phrases, right? If there's a follow, subscribe, join, like, those things, and you haven't already, activate those. Since I don't update regularly, if you activate that and all things work as they're supposed to, when I do update, you'll be notified. All right. Thanks again. I hope this helps. So see, they're modernizing, they're doing things. It's just slow because they pass notes. Our administration passes a note to Baghdad, and then the note goes to Iran. But they have to do that way because everything is hacked, right? They can't do Zoom or Zoom type presentations because that gets hacked. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, night, whatever time frame you are tuned in. And until next time.